Jungkook's sudden tears during a closed-door meeting have sparked a wave of speculation. What truly happened to Taehyung? Why would a BTS member known for his strength, composure, and seemingly perfect health conceal something so serious that it brought one of his closest companions to tears? Rumors about Kim Taehyung's health, better known by his stage name, V of BTS, have been circulating quietly for the past few months. But everything changed when military medical authorities finally spoke up. In a confidential session, the military doctors disclosed the official diagnosis of Taehyung's condition. What was once dismissed as fan speculation has now been confirmed as a medically serious matter. Jungkook, who was present during the session, reportedly broke down in tears after hearing the direct explanation from the medical team. To the public, this isn't just another celebrity health update. This is a shocking revelation that stirs empathy, peels back uncertainty, and raises profound questions about the balance between professionalism and a global star's physical and mental health. According to the medical report delivered to HYBE management and Taehyung's family, the condition he's battling isn't a simple physical injury. It's an autoimmune disorder slowly but surely weakening his physical stamina. Symptoms originally dismissed as routine fatigue from military training turned out to be the early indicators of a medical condition that now demands continuous treatment and long-term supervision. Although military officials didn't disclose the exact name of the illness publicly, civilian medical consultants involved in the case suggested aligns with the characteristics of an autoimmune disease. These diseases often cause extreme fatigue, muscle pain, respiratory issues, and metabolic disruptions. For someone undergoing rigorous physical activities like military service, the impact is deeply significant. Jungkook, who attended the internal briefing, was reportedly unaware of the magnitude of Taehyung's condition. An anonymous internal source revealed that Jungkook lowered his head and shed tears after the medical details were presented. His emotional reaction wasn't just rooted in concern. It stemmed from a deep sense of guilt for not recognizing the signs that Taehyung had been silently battling for so long. A critical question remains. Why did Taehyung choose to keep this a secret? In South Korea's military culture, and especially within the demanding world of entertainment, admitting weakness is often frowned upon. Many artists opt to endure silently to preserve a professional image, and Taehyung appears to have done the same. However, that silence may have worsened the psychological toll. According to clinical psychology professor Lee Sang-woo from Yonsei University, the pressure to appear strong while the body deteriorates can be mentally devastating. Individuals like Taehyung, living under public scrutiny and the rigid discipline of military life, often don't have the space to say they're not okay. He explained during an academic forum discussing this case. Taehyung's stoicism only made the diagnosis more shocking. He continued with his military duties, appeared in official content, and even smiled brightly in various documentation. But now, the world knows, behind those smiles was an invisible fight. One even his closest bandmate never knew about. Following the medical revelation, HYBE issued a brief statement assuring that Taehyung will receive the best medical care and future plans will be adjusted in accordance with professional recommendations. However, some fans criticized the agency for a perceived lack of transparency. Many felt misled by the silence that had allowed rumors to spiral unchecked. With the diagnosis now public, the next concern is how this impacts BTS's future. The group, expected to make a full comeback after all members complete their military service in 2025, now faces a sobering reality. One member requires continuous treatment and care. HYBE has yet to announce any logistical changes, but industry analysts speculate that BTS may alter its activity formats significantly. One possibility includes reducing physical tours and increasing studio-based or digital engagements to accommodate Taehyung's condition. Reportedly, Jungkook has requested time off from his solo schedule to support Taehyung during his recovery, at least emotionally. This reveals the depth of their relationship, not just as bandmates, but as brothers shaped by the same intense training system since youth. Jungkook's tears are not a sign of weakness. They are an emotional response from someone who just learned that a beloved friend has been silently suffering. His reaction speaks volumes, a reminder that beneath the glitz of global stardom, idols are human beings with their own fragility. Now that the diagnosis is officially confirmed, the world can no longer view Taehyung as just a pop icon. He is a person fighting an invisible battle with dignity, perhaps silently hoping to be seen not as a symbol, but as someone real. What really happened? The truth is what many have refused to see. Behind the spotlight, the cheers, and the perfect performances, idols bleed, break, and cry. And today, JUNGKOOK's tears open that truth to the world, a reminder that even the brightest stars carry the deepest wounds. However, after the article above spread widely and triggered a wave of anxiety among ARMY and the general public, it must be emphasized that the information stating that Taehyung was diagnosed with a serious illness, to the point of making JUNGKOOK cry, is not true and has no valid factual basis. This narrative was formed and circulated based on speculation without official reference from the military, the agency, or medical personnel directly responsible for BTS members during their military service. As of the time this news is written, there has been no official statement confirming that Kim Taehyung is suffering from an autoimmune disorder or any other serious illness. In fact, HYB, the agency that manages BTS, has never conveyed any medical emergency related to Taehyung's health. All claims about JUNGKOOK crying, emotional internal meetings, and the involvement of civilian medical teams are fabricated narratives with no legitimate journalistic foundation, reports sourced from anonymous parties, without verification and containing unconfirmed quotes should never be used as the basis for serious reporting. The South Korean entertainment industry is indeed filled with pressure and expectations, but spreading misleading information, especially about the health of a public figure, carries the risk of causing unnecessary panic. In reality, Taehyung has never been absent from his duties due to medical reasons during his military service. Official documentation and reports from the military show no signs of any dangerous health conditions. On the contrary, some internal postings show that Taehyung is undergoing training with enthusiasm and in good physical condition. If there were truly any health issues, the relevant authorities, including the agency, would have communicated directly in the spirit of transparency and responsibility to the public. It must be remembered that rumors and sensational news often trap readers in emotion without considering data accuracy. In today's fast-moving information age, it is crucial for the public, especially fans, to distinguish between verified and speculative information. JUNGKOOK has also never made any public statements regarding Taehyung's health condition in the context portrayed in the previous article. If there were indeed emotionally moving situations among BTS members, they would be private matters that should not be speculated upon without permission or official confirmation. Therefore, through this clarification, the editorial team asserts that all narratives regarding Taehyung's alleged serious diagnosis, as well as JUNGKOOK's emotional reaction of reportedly crying because of the news, are false, unverified, and cannot be used as credible sources of information. We urge all readers to remain vigilant against the spread of news that exploits the fame of public figures to create sensation. Let us work together to uphold information ethics and disseminate accurate, trustworthy news that does not exploit the emotional vulnerability of the public merely for the sake of virality.